It may not be immediately apparent when you drive down American roads or look at sales figures, but the sedan is still a very sought-after body style here in North America and globally. In fact, Cadillac's CT5 mid-size luxury sedan is seeing its best sales year ever, and in order to keep the momentum up, they've decided to give it a well-needed refresh for 2025, bringing it more in line with the technology available in the competition. The CT5 was already pretty well received by critics for its exterior design, but up front, Cadillac has tweaked the fascia and bumper to give it a more aggressive look that looks very similar to what you find on the V models. Now, speaking of the V models, the V and the V Blackwing, we don't know information on those just yet. You'll have to wait till later this year or perhaps early next year to get full details on those fire-breathing models, especially the Blackwing. I really look forward to seeing how these updates translate to those high-performance models, but for now, we're sticking with the standard versions. Now on the back, not much has really changed design-wise. We still have the same trunk lid design with the license plate up there in the trunk instead of down the bumper like on the CT4. The biggest change, however, is on the inside, where the overall dashboard and interior design have not changed too much, but what has are the screens. We now have a super wide LED 33-inch display as standard, which combines both the driver information display with the main infotainment screen to give you what appears to be a gigantic screen, but GM actually does a really good job at putting the two screens very close together and giving them a black fade in the middle to make it appear to be one giant screen, when in fact it is actually two separate screens under one single glass panel. But nonetheless, it's got a curved look to it, very, very bright color, very, very good contrast, and 9K resolution, meaning you really shouldn't have any problem viewing this screen in any lighting situation, and it's now featuring Android Automotive as the operating system. This is GM's new operating system for all its vehicles, and that means it's going to have Google Assistant built in and the ability to utilize Google Play Store apps and things that come with the Android ecosystem. Now, the presence of two important features Cadillac has not exactly mentioned yet are Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We know GM is shying away from those features in order to promote the usage of the Google-based features in this operating system, but for you iPhone users out there, you won't really have the ability to make it more iOS focused if you are not an Android user. Yes, I personally am an Android user, so this ecosystem is fine with me and I have no concerns, but there are quite a few of you iPhone users out there that might be left out. We'll have to wait and see for further details to find out if CarPlay will still be available in this refresh, but as of right now, I am seeing no indication of it. When it comes to powertrains on the standard CT5, we have the carryover 2-liter 4-cylinder and 3-liter twin-turbo V6. The former produces the same 237 horsepower, the latter 355. So expect the fastest 0 to 60 time in a non-V version of the CT5 to still remain just below 5 seconds for that V6 and just above 6 seconds for the 4-cylinder. Those were already pretty solid engines to begin with, and they compete really nicely with the competition, so obviously there was no real need to change too much there. There are some new features available on this refresh, as well as some new paint colors. On the tech front, we have the same GM Super Cruise option, that level 2 highway driving assistant that is still here. Cadillac seems to have gotten around the chip shortage problem, and that was really plaguing the ability to get that particular feature, which is a really, really good level 2 system. So it seems like now the availability will be more widespread, and the features of Super Cruise seem to have been enhanced a little bit. Now we also have things like a 5G Wi-Fi hotspot available, a new blind zone steering assist feature, intersection automatic emergency braking, traffic sign recognition with intelligent speed assist, and an updated driver attention assist feature for the Super Cruise system. All these changes have made for a refreshing update for the CT5 and prove that Cadillac is still committed to the sedan body style. We don't know solid concrete details on the future of the CT5 for our next generation, but all signs are pointing to an all-electric variant that might replace both the smaller CT4 and the CT5. So if you're the kind of buyer that still wants an American luxury sedan with a gas-powered engine and the option of a manual transmission, then this new refreshed 2025 CT5 is a really compelling option in the segment. We can't wait to drive it and put the new technology to the test.